Hello? Hello, hello? I don't think... No, I didn't change my thing. I didn't. Okay. Why does it still say that it's fucking Minecraft? No, it's I switched it. I swapped, I swear. I swear. Okay, yeah, I'm on Do Not Disturb. Okay, thank God. Oh, hold on.
Our community members, it's free. Hit that follow button.
God.
Join our community.
Sorry, I opened up Twitch and it immediately started playing some... Who's this? I don't know who this is. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh my. Okay. Okay, it should be updating. It's just not updating on my phone. Okay. That's fine. I'm so fine with that. I'm so fine with that. Oh my god. Definitely nothing. Hold on. Let me turn that down to basically nothing. This is Clyde. This OC here is Clyde. He is my precious baby boy. He is my like #1 OC. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for my drawing pad that I have suddenly lost. Now that I'm trying. Oh, there it is. I've lost my glove. I don't know where that is. So I guess I'm fucking raw dogging this. I'm working on a reference for him, so for this year's art fight. Have I sketched his clothes at all, or is he just in his underwear? Why have I not drawn clothes for him? Oh, there's some of those. Okay. That's that. This is nothing. This layer is nothing. I'll draw his everyday clothes on this then. Something about this doesn't seem right, sketch-wise, and I don't know what it is. I don't think I made his tits big enough. I think that's what it is. I think I need to really elongate them. Not elongate, not the word I meant to use there. That's unfortunate that I said that. Okay. I shouldn't say anything inappropriate. I am on Twitch. Something that would be conceived inappropriate. This is literally just the human body, and it is just a base that I'm going to be putting clothes over, like a doll. But he has a lot of scars, and so I just have to draw his base form, so that when I draw him a different outfit and such, I already have the scars drawn out, and I can just don't have to worry about fucking redrawing that shit. I made a page dedicated towards him in my sketchbook, so I have to find it because it has a bunch of. I slightly changed his design from this here. I have a cup of coffee and I didn't realize that there was coffee, like I set it on my sketchbook, and so I did ruin the sketch I was working on. And it is what it is. I don't think his jaw's like this wide. His jaw goes in a bit more, I think. Why am I I can literally, it does not matter what type of pen I use. I just gotta use whichever one's more comfortable for me at the moment. I'm not the most consistent with like my pens and such. I will just use whatever's the most comfortable. The only time I don't do this is when I do a commission, but those are few and far between, so nope. When I do those, I will use the Millie pen because it's all nice and like clean, I guess, and consistent line work. Like when I'm doing my roughs and like my like my art for just me, I will do whatever I like. It's my art. I'm drawing it. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not like I really make my art to like get like famous or anything. If I wanted to get famous, I would fucking, I don't know. What? I'd become a fan art artist. I don't draw a lot of fan art. If I wanted to be a popular artist on the internet, I'd have to really get into drawing fan art. And I am not the biggest into that. It's kind of difficult for me to draw like fan art. I will every like now and again. I'll draw some fan art of some of my favorite characters. I think I've drawn the most fan art of is Zuko from My Hero, like Zuko Midoriya from My Hero Academia, simply because he is, I think, the easiest character that I'm a fan of to draw. I've drawn some Batman. I did a drawing of Starfire. I love DC comics, so I've drawn a few DC like characters. But typically I'll do little doodles of the Batman because he is just kind of like shaped like that. He is just shaped like this. What else are you gonna do? Just like, and underneath here is like fucking little baby Robin. Doing Damien, so I got to do a little baby Robin. Little baby Robin. That's cute. Anyways, get away from me. Get out. I should probably draw more fan art regardless, just because I think it would be good for like artistic growth into like drawing fan art, especially for characters that are a bit outside my wheelhouse, like certain old men. Actually, I need to draw more old men. I would be so much better at drawing Clyde if I drew more fictional old men. Also, because I think it'd be like interesting to see how different like medias and such, and like artist sort of like how this is fucking with me. I don't know. Something about his head is fucking with me. Oh, it's because I'm making his hair too big. His hair is pretty flat to his head, isn't it? Like seeing how other artists draw things is really good, and like understanding how they draw it and experimenting with how they draw it can be great for artistic growth. I'm not the greatest at sort of like doing art studies. I just kind of struggle. I used to be better at it when I was younger. I used to be like, give me a reference image and I would be like, fuck yeah, let's go. Now I struggle so much on drawing things from reference. I don't know what about it. Yeah. His nipples are kind of traced down, aren't they? He has a very... This man has given birth, so I think he's allowed to have slightly down. I think he's allowed to not have like the most perfect chest. He never got to This man has been pregnant. He's my little he's never had top surgery either, so he does just like, he didn't have much of a chest beforehand, but then he got really ripped, and now he has like really notable pecs. And that's mostly what it is. He's an older trans man, and originally he wasn't a trans man. Originally I just made him like cis, and then I started making jokes about him getting pregnant, and then I was like, yeah, this man has had a child. What about these proportions are fucking with me? I think this arm is too small. But is the crotch too high up? But I think it would make his legs look really short if I move them lower down. He does have kind of long legs when I draw him. I tend to give him like kind of long legs, so I think maybe I should I should move his body up. Delete. I should make this into a folder, and so that way I can fucking manipulate this. Move this a little higher up. And move these legs a little further down. Give him a little bit more length in the legs. I'll probably extend these calves a little higher up. I'll move these a little higher up. Just make more sense. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be better. And then I'm gonna just plop this a little further down so it can line up a little better. And yeah. My stream says I have 2 viewers. I have no clue who is currently watching my stream. I wish I could actually see that. That would be interesting. like you could. I can understand why they wouldn't though. Oh, so do I extend? Okay, now I need to like extend this arm further down. I think I'm just gonna like elongate what's here. Let me free transform, stretch it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I also made change what I'm doing with this arm because I do this a lot. I draw this a lot when I've noticed it's like a weird little art habit I've developed. I don't know why it is. Because I do this little shorthand for when I'm like, when I have like a hand on the hip, because it's just kind of a vague, ambiguous shape to resemble the other hand. Whatever. Let's look at him. I gave him the fattest ass here. Like, I gave him the fattest ass. He deserves it, you know? Look at him. He's been through the ringer. Also, he had really narrow eyes. I realized when I first drew him, his eyes have gotten bigger. Yeah, because they went from like this to, and now they're more like this. I'm not drawing the eye shine. He doesn't actually have an eye shine in his design. I instinctively do it because a lot of my characters have a little eye shine. He does not have an eye shine because he's depressed. But like his corner, these are very different. These are very different. His eyebrows, I think, have also gotten thinner to account for the more ice. To take the fact that his eyes are taking up more space. This is the mic. This is not the. This is the skin. I made. No, the avatar I made on Roblox because he was a pressure OC. I haven't like repurposed for him for anything. He only recently stopped being like. He just kind of exists now, with like some tragedy. I could fortunately fix his like backstory up enough because his backstory is really connected to a lot of things in the pressure lore. It isn't that hard to kind of separate him from it while keeping the backstory. I don't know what that means. I think it's censored one of the words. It might be one of the words. I don't know what word it's censored. I don't know what words I have banned. That if this might just be not actually censored words. I don't know. I do not know. Come on. I actually preferred that previous line, and I don't know why I backspaced on that. It's too late now. Okay. Okay. What is this? Plus, I'm not a very energetic person. I've come to... I already knew this about myself, but I never realized how... how non-energetic I am. I always thought that I could be plenty energetic, and then I've looked back on my past couple of streams, and I'm not... I'm just not a very... I don't understand how people can, like, fake their energy like that, because it's always faked online. It's very hard to keep continuous energy up like that in real life, so... And a lot of them do it, like, it is known that a lot of influencers fake their energy online just because it makes it more interesting and such. Influencers, I'm not... Content creators, influencers, fucking all those things. And then... Okay. I think that's a foot. I don't know. I also have a major headache. I always have major headaches. But today is just like a worse day. I have chronic headaches, and some days are worse than others. Ba da ba da ba. Okay, I think that's fine. I actually abandoned. Oh, excuse me. The sketch like a few weeks back, because I could not... I've noticed this thing that if I am simply not able to move on in like what I'm working on, I literally just have to abandon it and come back to it in like either the next day or in like a few days, because it's like I can very easily pump out a bunch of artwork by doing a bunch of sketches in a single day, and then another day going through and finishing all those pieces. But I can't do them, I can't just sit down and finish a single piece in a day. It is simply not possible. I'm gonna try to get into commissions and such. I am trying to get, I think, what is it? It's like an invite code to start advertising, like, on, oh, what is it called? VGen. But I might just like actually go through with advertising on Unveil. I think it's called Unveil. Yep. God, why does this keep happening every time I'm fucking sketching? It's like that the thing slowly starts disappearing off of the... I don't know why I have so much space on this. I think I was gonna... What I tend to do is I'll flip the drawing, and then that's how I'll draw the back, is via the flipped version. And I think I was gonna do that for this, but I really don't want to. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think it'll matter too much. What is happening with my line? It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't need to be clean. Clean art, line art is for people with steadier hands than I. I have very unsteady hands, probably because of the fact that I am on my second cup of coffee of the day, and this is not unusual. Nothing is his beard. I always kind of fudge it when I draw it, is the fact that I'll connect his like line mouth to literally just his beard, and so it will just be this blank space that's implied to be his lower lip, but it's not actually his lower lip. I would have to do it closer to that for it to make more sense to actually be his mouth. But if you look on over here, I didn't even do that. I just fucking drew the mouth line in there because I didn't give a fuck. I think I was fudging around. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. I've been having so many issues with my speech lately. It feels like my speech is actively deteriorating. I've been having so many issues with like my S's. I've been having like a bit of a lisp lately. Like, I already had some issues with my speech. My tongue's a little shorter than average, not to like the level that it's like concerning or really notable by a doctor, but short enough that I can't do some of like I can't roll my R's or anything like that because my tongue is simply not, my tongue is too short for it. And which actually I can't really speak in another language either, because a lot of languages require certain movements and sounds made by the tongue that I simply cannot do. I think I'll fucking deal with this mouth some other time. I'll come back to that. Let me draw let's see, what should I draw? I don't really want to draw his hands. I think it's time to just work on his scars. I can do that. He has one here. There's one up here. I do have like, I did have, when I was working on his, because he was made for a pressure roleplay server that I was invited to by a friend of mine. But I never got to roleplay with him because not long after I joined, a lot of like major things were happening in the roleplay that made I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't really start up like anything with him because there was so much going on, and then there was like issues with like I think the owner of the server, like people were having issues with him. I think they were him. Them. I'm gonna stick with them actually because I don't know if I'm misremembering or not. But I don't want oh, fun fact about this scar right here. I now actually have a scar in the same spot. because I have eye scar incredibly easily. My legs are currently covered in scars, from like my cats, or from like accidentally catching my leg in something, like at a particularly sharp like table edge or something. And I scar like a motherfucker. Even if it doesn't bleed, I will scar. And that scarring will last for pretty... Because the scarring I have on my legs, I got the injuries like last year. Like over a year ago, actually, at this point. By now, it would be over a year. I also got a new foot wound because my cat decided to use me as a springboard, and his claws, no matter like how frequently we clip them, still are get so sharp and so long so quickly, and he scratched at me, and I already have one scar on my chest from him. That's like really bad. So I had to slap a band-aid, and then I had an allergic reaction to the adhesive on the band-aid because I'm allergic to latex and everything sucks. It's so difficult having such a... Oh, why did that happen? Having not the greatest body. My body hates healing anything. It hates it. It hates it so much. God forbid I get an injury or I get sick. My body will throw a fit. And it'll take me forever for the wound to not even to stop being, like, essentially, to actually close up. Another thing, the scar on his face, I think, has gotten smaller, and this scar on the side of his face has gotten bigger. I think they both got smaller, again, to account for the bigger eyes. I think simply because, like, the more narrow eyes are slightly harder to draw when I draw them in my sketchbook, and so he's just sort of got these bigger eyes over time. I also, he's lost his nose. He has, his nose is, like... it has, like, the... Because it's been broken a few times, so it's not, like, a straight nose. I've realized I don't know how to draw a nose from the side right now. Okay. That was wonderful to learn that I didn't know how to do. But his nose has been broken a few times, actually. I'm pretty sure he got this scar when his nose broke. Like the one in the middle. One of the times it's broke, but he's definitely had that nose broken a few times. I do give him the Batman brows. It was an accident. I think when I was working on the sketch, I accidentally... I think I was just trying to, like, draw normal eyebrows, but I think I accidentally, like, did a line, and I was like, yeah, we're going with the Batman brows. I think visually they're very interesting. I personally really like them. Whenever I do draw Batman and you can actually, like, see his face, I draw him with these eyebrows. And whenever I draw Damian Wayne, my favorite Robin, the best one actually, fight me. Even if DC doesn't agree with me, he is the best Robin. He is my precious baby boy that can do no wrong. I don't care if he's murdered, like, hundreds of people. He has done no wrong. Shorts. Good enough. Doesn't really matter too much. These aren't really going to be visible ever. But for what I need a reference for his scars, I need something for modesty. Modesty. My coffee's gotten cold. Hello! Velvet Vamp Dullfangs. I like that name. That's a really fun name. And my cat has decided to hop onto my desk because of course he has. Why wouldn't he? When I'm doing something. I'm on the right layer, right? Yeah, layer 4. Let's see. Can I finally get this melt to look how I want? No. No, I cannot. Okay. What? Let me do the bandages on his leg. His bandages aren't always consistent, but the bandage on his neck is. He doesn't like people seeing his neck. My hand is refusing to cooperate. I'm so happy about this. Okay. So that's not working out. What do I want to draw? Well, what do I want to work on for him? I was also trying to draw the band-aid on the wrong layer. Oh my god. Okay, let's try to work on the hand. Hold on, let me I don't know what I'm doing right now. I should probably look at a reference. Yeah. I need to look at it. I know I need to look at a reference for this hand, and I don't want to look at a reference. Ugh. I appreciate the support. His hand's not particularly doing anything. It's literally just like supposed to be like relaxed on the side, and a relaxed hand is the hardest for me to draw. What is happening with my lines right now? Feels like I'm... I think I know part of the problem is the fact that my wrist is cramping. I probably need to get my wrist support. But I don't know where it is, so... We're having to freeball this. And hope my wrist isn't swollen tomorrow. Because I have more work to do. Yeah. I'll sometimes not even really draw the hand. I will literally just like not. I have on many occasions just forgo drawing the hand, and it's just like a blank spot, and and it makes the piece look unfinished. But I'm sometimes just so tired, and it's like I don't care. We sometimes you have to do. Sometimes you have to just the piece is just gonna stay unfinished, and that's all you got. That's you have to do what you gotta do. Why does his hand look so like his fingers look so delicate? I don't know how delicate his hand would actually look, but I do think his fingers are a little long. So, not what I meant to do, thank you. Free transform. Shrink those fingers. Giving him some salad finger ass hands. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. Oh, and then he has scarring on his hand. Like that. Good enough. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's literally just a reference. It's not like it's gonna be a like fully rendered piece or anything. Keeping the scars on a different layer so that I can color those lines easier later. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing an aspect of his design, and I don't know what it is. You know what? If I can't remember, it clearly was not important. Sometimes you just have to... Of course I did it on the sketch layer, because why wouldn't I do it on the sketch layer? Of course I did it on the... Okay. What? And I'm just blobbing this hand in, because it's not as in focus as the other hand. That's a fun thing. Fun little thing I saw other artists doing is when a detail is like further back and not as in focus, they will not really put like much detail. It'll literally kind of just be blobbed in shapes. I think I'm gonna put him in his everyday clothes because he's no longer a pressure OC, so Yeah. Aspect of I'm missing his C-section scar. That's what I was not drawing in. That is an important detail. That's lore importance for him. It's where his baby came from. His little baby. Weird fucked up baby that's not even a human being. I drew it on the wrong layer. Okay. I don't care anymore. I have to draw this hair. I have to draw this head. Wait, let me draw his actual scalp. And not make it look like he has a flat back of the head. The head's round. I don't think he was held much as a child, but I do think he was not laid down on the back with his back down. And then after I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna lay on a heating pad. My back is killing me. I hate scoliosis, man. Got that. Got my scoliosis from my mother. My mom has scoliosis. I got scoliosis. I'm pretty sure my grandmother also got diagnosed with scoliosis. If I ever had a child, they'd probably also got scoliosis. One of the many reasons I will never have a child. Scoliosis is not a pleasant experience, even if you have just a minor form like I do. Because chronic back pain is still gonna happen. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna have it be that high up. Bald. A bulb. Okay. How long have I been streaming for? 48 minutes? Okay. Don't feel like I've gotten much done in 48 minutes. Typically a faster worker than this, but I'm not doing great today. I also think I'm being more precious about this than I should be. So I usually don't. A lot of my work and stuff, and especially my references, are never like overly clean, because it does not matter if they are. The only pieces I make sure are higher quality are those that are commissions or those that are gifts. Because commissions, I'm getting the monies for. When was the last time I was even commissioned? I was almost exclusively commissioned by one of my friends. And continuously to draw the same OC. And I thought it was incredibly funny. I think my last commission actually was a profile picture. Was that the last one? Maybe. Okay, the line art for this is nearly done. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. And I'm merging everything down because I was gonna keep the layers separate, but having too many layers stresses me out. He's hairy. He's a hairy man. My hairy man. My lovely little... My lovely little hairy man. Testosterone did wonders for you. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anything for here. Yeah, this looks right. I think I'm gonna then just draw. Originally, his everyday clothes are pretty simple. He literally just wears a t-shirt, jeans, and boots because he is an old man who does not have the much time to really think too much about what he's got to do. Practical, functional clothing. That is what he likes. He is not a fashion guy. Probably was more, like, cared more about his appearance when he was younger. I will say. The clothes are rather skin tight. Da 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 da. Let me. Yeah, that seems fine. Really looking forward to Art Fight this year. I didn't get to do it last year because I wasn't well. But this year I'm hoping that I'll be able to, you know, really get into it. I already have like a few people's like OCs saved and such that I want to do, that I want to draw, because they're so nice. They're so pretty. There's some like clown OCs that I found that I stumbled across that are phenomenal, and I realized I should probably put up a reference for Minnie up, but I could probably finish one of my traditional pieces digitally and just throw that up as a reference. I'm just gonna kind of block in the boots. I don't really ever put too much detail into his boots, because they're just kind of like plain black boots, and I just color them in all the way because I'm, you know, we have a limited amount of time on our Earth, and sometimes you just gotta do what you can with what you got. And if that includes fucking just not putting details into rather an insignificant item of clothing. That's what you gotta do. My hand is not cooperating. Hello? Work. Okay. Okay. Good enough. Fun fact, when he was younger, he wore cowboy boots, like, because he grew up in a place in which that was really common. When he was in, like, his, 20s, he swapped them out for more practical boots when he was more practical boots for like his job. I don't know. Oh god. I might turn him into a fantasy for something else. One of my friends recommended a CP, and I think maybe he could fit into that, but like but I want to get him like as a registered SCP character, because when you do that, you lose the copyrights. Basically all SCP characters are free to use, and I don't really want Clyde to be free to use. I have a character I want to get submitted, like an SCP specifically I want to get submitted, that I'm perfectly fine with being free to use, but I don't really have, I'm not too down for that for Clyde, because I will not vibe too much with that. He's my precious baby boy. And I don't really care if anyone, like, draws him or anything, or hell, you can fucking draw him getting his back blown out. I do not care. But the people drawing art of your character and your character being, or like, not, but like, it's different from you kind of losing your copyright for them. Because when you lose your copyright, you lose a lot of things. Fucking hell. My brain is short-circuited. I've talked too much and my brain has given out. Like, I also think Clyde can just kind of work in any universe. Like, he could be a Five Nights at Freddy's character. He could be a security guard. Fuck it. He could fucking, be in the SCP universe. Who fucking cares? He can be in anything. And that's the fun part about OCs. They can be anything. I don't have like an actual story right now for him, so I can do the fun stuff. I just keep with the base aspects of his OC lore, and I can just throw him into anything. And that's kind of like a fun sort of writing challenge, is figuring out how to sort of mash two different, like, Clyde's OC lore is the fact that his child was, he was married to a woman who was a scientist. They chose to have a baby. Now, of course, they both, neither of them could get the other pregnant. He's a trans man. She's a cis woman. And so the baby is going to be made via She's gonna have a donor father, but the scientist lady, whose name is Sydney, kind of fucking sucks. She loves her husband. She did not originally pursue a relationship with her husband for the greatest reasons, purely just to make this little science baby that is a fish. Little fish child. How does this look? What does... I think I've forgotten what jeans look like. He is just wearing plain, like, jeans. He wears a belt. He wears a belt because he's a practical man. And he wears a belt. And... okay. Wears a belt. And then... there. What was I saying? Oh, I was just explaining his backstory. I actually plan on making videos about a lot of my OC's stories just to get them out there, because like most of my friends are not particularly interested. I don't in any of my like OC's stories and such. I could sometimes get them to listen to me fucking ramble, but a lot of the times they don't really care, I don't think. I'm gonna block in the belt as well, like I did the boots, because I'm not wanting to render leather. I hate rendering leather. I hate rendering a lot of things. Do I even enjoy doing art? That's the real question of the day. I wonder. Oh, pants go like that. I've been drawing pockets. I realized I've been drawing pockets weird this whole time. Huh. Huh. Am I gonna draw the seam on the side? Sometimes I draw the seam, sometimes I don't. I don't think today's a seam day. Hold on, I need to draw. Trace over this line to make sure that I can then color it in later. Oh, we finally reached the hour mark. Okay. I think I'm going to lay down some flat colors. And I think I'm just going to be done with this reference. Because this reference is just kind of for me to use for future artistic things as well as for art fight. And so it does not need to be a rendered piece. It just needs to be functional. Okay. So, let's see here. Hold on. What is his is Olive? Is he always colored? Yeah. That is just okay. He just looks really pink for me right now. And I don't know what that's about. What? My cat is stepping on my keyboard. Okay. After I'm done coloring this in, I have to get my cat's dinner. I already got my lizard dinner. Here, he's already had his, well, not really, I guess, dinner. Lizards, leopard geckos specifically, eat twice a week. And so, I fed him his first of the week I've also realized, is some of this black and some of this blue? Have I? What do you want, little man? He wants dinner, so he keeps hopping up on my desk, being a jerk. For other layers, yeah. Let's just slap these colors in, and then I will clean it up. But right now, what matters is that the majority of it is colored in. And then I can do the rest via lasso tool or by hand. Oh, lasso tool, how I love you. I set my cat up on my shoulders. He can't really stand on my shoulders. He can just kind of lay over like the sides like a scarf because he is a very big cat. Like he's very long. He's very tall. When we stand him up on his hind legs to like measure him, he's like basically the size of a toddler. And I don't have particularly broad shoulders, so he is just kind of a scarf at times. You know, I probably should post my streams up as VODs on my YouTube, because I think YouTube is kind of easier to get views on than to get people to actively watch like your live stream. Like it is objectively easier, and while I'm not like the easiest is TikTok. Like a short fucking like 30-second video. Oftentimes my videos on TikTok are like at least a minute. I just post quick little speed paints, and I have not posted one in a good hot sec due to the AI issue on TikTok. Because like, even though I don't think people specifically would be putting my art into AI like things, because I don't think I have a particularly like notable art style that's like incredibly impressive or anything, or particularly something that people would be interested in trying to replicate. A algorithm specifically designed to like basically scour through and put art into like AI stuff. I wouldn't really care because it's like it's a programming, it's not a person. I really like the Stardew Valley OST. It's great. It's really nice. It's really like peaceful. I was trying to find a good like a long enough like good like playlist of like the different Pokemon OSTs. Specifically the background music in Pokemon, because Pokemon does have background music. At least some of them do. Pokemon has background music. And I was trying to find one of that, but I could just only find the music for like the battles. And it's like, this is not quite the vibe I'm going for. So I don't know about that. Let me just slap down that and oh, I have to get his C-section scar. Can't forget about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. It's just... There we go. Not too detailed, but this would still have color. Okay. There. Okay. Okay, I actually need to grab another image. Where is it? This. To, better get this color for his eyes. God, his eyes are kind of red, aren't they? I didn't realize that. Maybe getting completely baffled on realizing, because the tablet I drew these initial like drawings on is not the one I'm currently using. It is the one I was using before was a it's like just a plain Android tablet that I took and have IBS paint on. And I didn't realize what the colors were. I didn't realize. Like, I guess maybe the color settings on... Is there just a light outside my window? What the fuck? Horrifying. Horrifying. Thanks. A few, like, I think like a month ago, there was just a guy standing outside my window. I'm on like the first floor in an apartment. And that was kind of horrifying. I don't think he was like looking in or anything. I think he was just standing out there. And people sort of walk by. They don't typically walk by my window itself. Because there's like some bushes and oh, what is it called? It's like that really big fan thing that handles, I think, the air conditioning for like the buildings. It's like this giant. I don't know. But like, I think I'm gonna darken his hair. I think, yeah. No, I won't. I want to darken his. No. Okay, I'll stick with his gray. That's not what I wanted. Fortunate thing about hair is that it doesn't need to be perfect every time his hair moves, and the strands won't like the same every single time. So sometimes his gray hair is sometimes, you know, sometimes sometimes I'm humming a lot more recently, and I don't know why that is. I don't hum frequently. I got a Instagram message from one of my friends. I think they're sending me something. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more black in to diffuse it a little. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, this area will also go gray. Did you know that? I do. Let's not talk about it. And then, I won't color the hair. I do have liner I need to color. I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna darken this color a bit. And then that, nope, not dark enough. Yeah, that'll do. Do I need to color the liner? No, I don't think it really matters if I do or not. Oh my god. Get off of my keyboard! My cat's being an asshole. The longer the stream goes on, the less I speak. I'm just trying to finish this up. I really shouldn't be bothering to color these lines. It really doesn't matter. No one's gonna care but me. Also, no one's gonna see his, like, scar reference. That's not the reference I'm gonna be putting up. I guess I could just, like, what I'm gonna do is, copy everything over, to have both the references on the same image. Should probably do that. I think that would be more convenient. Instead of having two separate images showing his scars. Wrong layer again. I keep drawing on the wrong layer. I'm gonna lose it. losing it, man. I am losing it. I forgot. He has like a bite on him that I entirely forgot about. To be honest, don't really care. I constantly forget about it when I'm drawing things, so I do think I should just forgo it. I do want to. He can have more scars later. I also think his scarring kind of depends on whatever story I put him in. I also could, theoretically, I have another story that I think he could sort of fit in pretty well in, that also involves, like, human experimentation. And I could just, like, forgo him being, like, a fan OC entirely. But I kind of like him being a fan OC. Also because I think it would be fun to ship him with random character, like, random from different medias. I think that would be really funny. Let's see if I can find a reference image of his regular clothing. I can only find one image of what the color his pants are, and it's this. That's incredibly funny. This is a really dark color. Okay. Whoop! Rid of other layers, and then I'm gonna turn off this layer. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna color this all in, and then we'll figure it out. His shirt is literally just white. Nope. Again, my brain is like shutting down. Okay. It's like 9 o'clock at night where I am, and I love to go to sleep at 8. I'm just in because I'm so tired all the time. And if I don't go to sleep at 8, I will sleep and I'll sleep in really late. I guess I can get away sometimes with sleep if I'm going to like bed at like 10 or 9. But I usually just like to get my cats their dinner and then passing the fuck out. It's already past my cat's dinner time. It's an hour past my cat's dinner time. I feel so bad. I didn't realize how long this was gonna take me. His titty looking saggy here. I don't think it matters too much. Who cares? I do, kinda. Yeah, to kind of show the fact that his chest is kind of straining the shirt a bit. I also think that I should have it be a little less skin tight here. Kind of show that it's like pulling a bit more. There's more I can do to show that. So just like 2 simple as lines, but is he done? I think that, yeah, yep, okay, yep. Yippers. Duplicate. Yes. turn these off. Turn these off. And move this here. And then I'm not gonna bother with the close-up on his face. You can see his face. Fucking, you can see his face. It's fine. His boxers have no color. I think I'm just gonna make them gray. Yeah, that doesn't matter. They're just boxers. Who cares? Okay. File. Nope. Edit. Yeah. Oh god, I probably should just do like a drawing of his face here, shouldn't I? But actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this over a little. I think they're too close together. I also think I'm going to do is I keep clicking the wrong one. Okay, change canvas size to get this out of my way. I'm gonna add a little bit more space on the bottom and the top, but bring it in on the side. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm gonna slap a color on the background. I'm really struggling with picking a color just to as the background here. Maybe a darker color. Ooh, wait, I kind of have an idea. It's not like a crazy idea, but it's an idea. Rectangle. Fill. I think I should actually swap these colors. Have it be really dark, and then a lighter color in the middle. Yeah, I vibe with that. Okay. Here we go. This is it. I don't care anymore. I've been recording a time lapse for that? Oh, I didn't know that. This is, oh god, this file is gonna be, oh shit. Oh god. This file is probably fucking massive. Yeah, let's export this time lapse. Let's see. You probably can't see the time lapse, can you? When it pops up. I think it might be on a separate layer. On a separate. Okay. Yeah, I'm exporting a time lapse. So you can't see it. It's not gonna show up. That's fine. That's fine. Anyways, I do think I am done with today's stream. An hour and 30 minutes. That's not bad. That's like normal stream length. Goodbye. I hope you have a nice day. And yeah.